Our story begins long ago, in a time of gods and monsters. It was an era where the divine and the mortal worlds intertwined, and the fates of men were often decided by the whims of the gods. In the heart of Italy, there lived a king named Numitor. He was a just and noble ruler, beloved by his people and respected by his peers. His kingdom, Alba Longa, was a place of peace and prosperity. He ruled over a place called Alba Longa, a city that stood as a beacon of civilization and culture in the ancient world. Its streets were filled with the hustle and bustle of daily life, and its temples echoed with prayers to the gods. But his wicked brother Romulus overthrew him. Driven by jealousy and a thirst for power, Romulus betrayed his own blood, casting Numitor from his throne and seizing control of the kingdom. Romulus wanted all the power for himself. He reveled in his newfound authority, ruling with an iron fist and a heart of stone. His greed knew no bounds, and he would stop at nothing to secure his position. Numitor had a daughter, Rhea Silvia. She was a woman of great beauty and virtue, and her presence was a reminder of the rightful king. Romulus feared her sons, for they were the true heirs to the throne. He thought they might try to take back the throne. The thought of losing his ill-gotten power haunted him, and he became consumed with paranoia and fear. So he forced Rhea Silvia to become a Vestal Virgin. Vestal Virgins were priestesses dedicated to the goddess Vesta, and they played a crucial role in the religious life of Rome. They were forbidden to marry or have children. This was meant to ensure their purity and dedication to their sacred duties. But for Rhea Silvia, it was a prison. However, the god Mars saw Rhea Silvia, and he fell in love with her. The god of war, known for his strength and valor, was captivated by her beauty and grace. They had twin sons, Romulus and Remus. These boys were destined for greatness, their lineage a blend of mortal and divine. Romulus was furious when he learned of their birth. He ordered the babies to be drowned in the Tiber River. His heart was cold and unyielding, and he believed that by eliminating the twins, he could secure his power forever. He wanted to secure his power forever. Little did he know the twins' fate was not in his hands, but in the hands of the gods. Their story was just beginning, and it would change the course of history forever. The servants took pity on the twins. They couldn't bring themselves to drown such beautiful babies. Instead, they placed Romulus and Remus in a basket. They set the basket adrift on the Tiber River. They hoped for a miracle. The river carried the basket downstream. It eventually came to rest at the foot of Palatine Hill. This was a place of legend and wonder. The water subsided. The basket lay on the muddy bank. The cries of the babies echoed through the air. A she-wolf heard the babies crying. She approached the basket cautiously. This was no ordinary wolf. She was Lupa, a creature of the wild, but also a protector. She gently picked up the twins. She carried them back to her den. In the darkness of the cave, a surprising thing happened. Lupa, the fierce predator, nurtured the babies. She fed them with her own milk. She kept them warm and safe. A woodpecker, sacred to Mars, also helped. It brought them food. As the boys grew older, they learned the ways of the wild. They spent countless hours exploring the dense forests, mastering the art of survival. They learned to track animals, find edible plants, and build shelters from the elements. The wilderness became their classroom, and nature their teacher. They became strong and brave. Through rigorous training, they honed their combat skills, lifting heavy stones and practicing with wooden swords. Their bodies grew muscular and their minds sharp, ready to face any challenge that came their way. They were not just surviving, they were thriving. One day they encountered a shepherd. This meeting would change their lives forever. The shepherd, a kind and wise man, saw something special in the two young men. The shepherd was amazed by their strength and spirit. He saw potential in them that others had overlooked. He admired their resilience and determination, qualities that were rare and precious. He took them in and raised them as his own. In his humble home, they found a sense of belonging and family. The shepherd treated them with kindness and taught them valuable life lessons. He taught them how to tend sheep and how to defend themselves. They learned the importance of hard work and vigilance. The shepherd's teachings went beyond mere survival. He instilled in them a sense of duty and honor. Romulus and Remus learned about their true parentage. They discovered ancient artifacts that revealed their royal lineage. The truth was both a revelation and a burden. They learned about the injustice done to their grandfather, Numitor. The elder recounted the tale of betrayal and usurpation that had robbed their family of its rightful place. They vowed to avenge him. With determined expressions, they prepared for the journey ahead. They knew that their path would be fraught with danger, but their resolve was unshakable. They dreamed of building a great city on the banks of the Tiber, a city that would stand as a testament to their strength and vision. They sketched plans and envisioned a place where justice and freedom would reign, a city that would become a beacon of hope and freedom. Their dream was not just for themselves, but for future generations. They envisioned a city that would inspire and uplift, a place where people could live in harmony and prosperity. Section 5. The Omen of the Birds, a contest for the city's soul. Romulus and Remus argued about where to build their city. Romulus preferred Palatine Hill. Remus favored Aventine Hill. They decided to settle their dispute with an augury. Each brother would watch for a sign from the gods. Romulus climbed Palatine Hill. Remus climbed Aventine Hill. They waited for a sign. Remus saw 6 vultures flying overhead. This was a good omen, but then Romulus saw 12 vultures. His claim to the city was stronger. Section 6. A brother's betrayal, the wall breached, a life lost. Romulus began to build his city on Palatine Hill. He marked the boundaries with a plough. He declared that anyone who crossed the line would be punished. Remus, angry and jealous, mocked his brother. In a fit of rage, Remus jumped over the wall. "See!" he sneered. "Your defenses mean nothing." Romulus was furious. He saw this as a betrayal. He struck his brother dead. "So perish anyone else who dares insult Rome," he declared. Section 7. Romulus, first king of Rome. From humble beginnings, a legend rises. Romulus, a name that would echo through the annals of history, began his journey from the most humble of origins. Born alongside his twin brother Remus, their story is one of myth, tragedy, and triumph. Romulus was filled with remorse for killing his brother. The weight of his actions bore heavily on his heart, a burden he would carry for the rest of his life. The fratricide was a dark shadow over his legacy, but it also became a catalyst for his resolve. But he was determined to honor his memory by building a great city. Romulus channeled his grief into a vision of a city that would stand the test of time. He meticulously planned the layout, the fortifications, and the institutions that would define Rome. And so, on the day Remus died, Rome was born. The city rose from the ashes of tragedy, a testament to Romulus's unyielding spirit. The founding of Rome was not just the birth of a city, but the beginning of an empire. It was named after its founder. The name Rome would forever be associated with Romulus, a fitting tribute to the man who envisioned and built it. His name became synonymous with the city itself, a legacy that would endure for millennia. Romulus became the first king of Rome. As its first monarch, he set the precedent for leadership and governance. His reign marked the beginning of a new era, one that would see Rome grow from a small settlement to a powerful kingdom. He ruled wisely and justly. Romulus's leadership was characterized by fairness and wisdom. He listened to his people, sought counsel from his advisors, and made decisions that would benefit the city and its inhabitants. He created laws and institutions that would shape Roman society for centuries to come. Romulus's legal and institutional frameworks laid the foundation for Roman civilization. His contributions to law and order were instrumental in the city's development. He established the Senate, a council of elders who would advise the king. This body of wise men became a cornerstone of Roman governance, providing stability and continuity. The Senate's role in advising the king ensured that Rome's leadership was balanced and well-informed. Section 8. Shaping a city, forging a legacy, the laws and structures of early Rome. Romulus knew that Rome needed people to thrive. He declared the city a sanctuary for fugitives and outcasts. People flocked to Rome from all over Italy, eager for a new start. The population grew rapidly. To protect his city, Romulus formed a strong army. The Roman legions would become legendary for their discipline and fighting prowess. They would conquer vast territories and bring glory to Rome. Section 9. The Sabines and the Romans. A tale of abduction and integration. Rome lacked women. The neighboring tribes refused to allow their daughters to marry Romans. Romulus devised a plan. He invited the Sabines, a neighboring tribe, to a grand festival. During the festival, the Romans seized the Sabine women. They carried them off to be their wives. This event, known as the Rape of the Sabine Women, led to a war between the Romans and the Sabines. Section 10. The Mystery of Romulus's End, a God among men. Romulus ruled Rome for many years. He transformed it from a humble village into a powerful city-state. Then, one day, he disappeared. Some say he ascended to heaven during a storm. Others believe he was murdered by his enemies. Whatever the truth, Romulus was no longer just a man. He became a legend. The story of his life and the founding of Rome would inspire generations to come.